Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ziggy. Happy birthday to you. Don't blow.
Go blow.
The day I almost died was within a week of this beautiful human entering our world. It's been a big year, girls, boys. It's been a really big year. I'm probably the most physical person that I know. I'm someone who just fizzes about life. And that changed in a moment when I dived off my surfboard and broke my neck on a sandbar. Lola, do you remember when Mama broke herself?
At the beach. And I was sad.
Oh, you were sad, weren't you? I'm a sociologist, I'm a kite surfer and a mountain biker. I'm a mother. I have a gorgeous partner called Gemma.
How are you?
Good.
You have to keep going because Amanda's awesome and we're awesome together. And the kids need their mums, both of them.
There's your mama. Look at you, cute baby. Oh my gosh. I can't pick her up. I can't comfort her. And that breaks my heart. I was 6 foot in real life. There's a way of engaging with the world when you're big and strong and tall. I will never love this way of being. I will never accept it. But what I will do is I will learn to be brilliant with it, and I'm going to grow with this, and I'm going to do everything I can to be really good with this.
1, 2, 3. Nice.
Yay.
Got there. Good job.
Yeah, there's mixed emotions about how I feel about going home, wanting to get out in the world, but also being really afraid of what that means. How are you, darling? The cupboards are full of beautiful food and our friends are cooking some dinner and bringing it to us, and we're just going to have our first family dinner, really, without the nurses and the whole lot of stuff that goes on at their spinal unit. This is the first time we'll be all together. Yeah, cool. And there's a sense of excitement about all the stuff we've got to do. Just learn how to pick up stuff and learn how to roll and learn how to be a bit more at home in this crazy body. We need to be different than this. It needs to be more than just this. All right.
I've got your knee, so you don't.
Right, cool. We've got it now. It is quite difficult managing the carers and the care situation.
Brilliant.
Oh my God, that bit's squishy.
We've got a relatively good crew, but when people fall over, you know, I spend a lot of energy and a lot of time managing my care.
Oh, how mission, eh?
My aim is still to be independent and to cut the care back as soon as I possibly can, but I'm just not physically capable of that yet.
Oh, mind the toe.
Cool.
Now, do you have to have a strap at all?
No.
No? No. No, I'm just asking.
No, I'm sorry. I just didn't
Yeah.
think that tone popped out.
It's just so different. Now it's like trying to work out, do I leave Amanda on her own in the house? I wouldn't even think about that normally. You know, you just go, I'm going out, I'm doing this. And now it's like, okay, sitting down trying to work out, when do we need carers? When do we need people there? You know, is it okay to go and hang out with my mates and do normal stuff? It feels shit. And it feels like it's a bit mean because she can't do hers. But I know I've got to do my stuff. So I've got stuff to tell her about.
It's all overgrown.
You can't even see the silverbeak because of all the weeds. Oh, well. Can you do it? Do you just need someone else to help? Yep. Okay. Yeah. You right? At least it's not 12, eh?
No.
Yeah. Cool.
Certainly had my ring hanging out.
I built the deck with my hands. I stained it, I painted it. I did all of this stuff in my home, and all of those half-finished jobs, because I'm crap, will never be finished by me. Yeah. You?
No. We'll get them.
Yeah, me too.
12 boys goes.
This was my place. This was where I used to hang out and do everything.
Things are sharp.
I just want to come home. But it doesn't really work, does it? Last time I was in here was the day before the accident. Hey.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping up top on that bunk. And I remember coming down and looking down my body and just going, it's so good. It's six-pack, I'm strong, I'm fit, and I remember thinking it's a good body.
The first time we walked in here and Shane from ATC said, oh, I would consider moving, and I just burst into tears and went, we're not. And now I'm going, maybe we need to. Everything has changed. Let's change everything.
There's plans to modify. We're meeting the architect here on Friday, but I don't know. It might change it too much. And then if they fix the kitchen, they have to, because I made it tall for me. It's made because I'm 6 foot. You know, everything's for me. And then you change the kitchen and then you lose. I just don't know if I'm up for that. That's the next part of this, is trying to figure out what to do.
Sorry.
Look at this, is cool. I need one of these at home. Not drop.
Okay.
Just drop it.
You do it?
Yeah. Done.
Good. Okay.
It's just gorgeous to feel that freedom. And for me, my body is constant, really small pins and needles, but it's like white noise. It's like constant static. And when I get in the water, it just goes silent. It's this quietness, and I love it immensely, and I want to be there all the time.
And so stretching should help, you know, reduce the spasm as well.
I was still for 4 hours. No spasms at all for 4 hours. I was still like a normal human, and I just went, this water is the way to go. I've upped the therapy sessions to twice a week because I love it so much. And post-hydrotherapy, I'm still, and my body's still, and I feel relaxed, and it's perfect. You know, and you can move in a way in the water that you can't on land. You know, I feel really heavy and really cumbersome on land, but the weightlessness of water is just, it's what I remember.
Bounce up that one.
Right.
Okay.
Now that's an example of the fine disability accessible pavements that we have here in Tauranga. And I'm sure it's the same in every little town, but it's like someone has deliberately gone out of their way to make them impossible to use. And half the time I'm like, Gemma, grab me, help! Because it's too much and I just can't do it.
You're all right.
Yeah, try.
I'll just do me first.
You do you. As long as you're okay, that's the main thing.
Yep. Hey, baby girl.
Oh, yeah. Go on, in there. There's a death of me, of that wonderful, physical, fit me. I have to grieve that and say goodbye to that. And if you're not dark and black, then you're not really dealing with stuff.
And I didn't realise how big it was until I went home. So the home thing was when I realised the vastness of what this injury meant to me and my family. It's greedy, it takes up space, it takes up time. It's strangers in our world.
She's always just done, and she's just so capable. But I think at the moment, in the next couple of weeks, she's just going to keep hitting that, can't do it, can't do it.
Maybe it would have been easier if it had ended on that day. If I'd just died, it would have been easier, because this body is horrible to try and manage. It is just the hardest thing I've ever done, and the cost to my family is massive, and it's never going to go away. Come close to the net. Ready?
Hopefully she'll start all her seeing things she can do as we get more time with Lola and with carers that we can work with and balance, but it's suddenly making our family not 4 but 8, you know, and it's those sort of things that are just at the moment feel really daunting, but right now it just feels like it's really in our face.
Yay!
So just there.
Easy then, eh?
Yeah.
Use your arms, use your arms.
I will.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. So she's using your arms. Cool.
Sweet.
Well done.
Go
Well
me.
done. Well done.
It's not about the beauty, it's about the practicalities of it.
Independent.
Independence, man.
And once you can do it on here, then you can start doing it at home.
Practicing at home. Yeah.
And then just go back.
Okay. Right.
And again.
And I'm falling off the seat.
1, 2, 3. Oh, Amanda.
I know, mate. I've just KO'd myself.
This is not quite how we do it.
I know.
It's alright.
Not pretty, but she did it, and her pants are falling off. I assumed that within a year that I would be far more stronger than I am, or be able to do more stuff than I can, and I am still doing really well, but it's not as well as I thought. It didn't have the context or the understanding of what it would be like back home. It's about what's been lost and what I miss. The freedom and the joy of this beautiful place that we live in, and I can't put my feet on the sand, I can't run. And I was blessed to live in this amazing environment and to have the physicality that let me enjoy it. And I miss it immensely. I miss it so much. But missing it means I'm grateful, but that's also not my reality now.
You're all kidding. And Reese lives over there, so we can go and see Reese and Kayla and Ven. Yeah?
Cool. We've found a section. It's little and it's bloody expensive, but it's on the edge of this beautiful wetlands. It's got 10 kilometres of wheelchair accessible tracks, and there's eels and there's ducks and there's pukekos, and it's beautiful, and that will become our playground. So we're going to have this house that is bigger than anything that we would have chosen before, because it kind of has to be. But the playground in front of us is this gorgeous wetland. It's going to be lovely.
The whole big thing we're trying to do is make it so that she can roll in and out, she can roll around it, she can just be who she is.
So that's the new journey we're on, and Gemma and I get to plan things for the future, and our future as a family, not just, you know, let's make do with this to fit Amanda in. It's kind of let's think about our whole life, and let's think about where we want to be, and so that's quite exciting.
We protect Ziggy from the dragons and we won't point sticks at her. Woohoo!
It's not like I've changed. My body might be a little bit more broken and I have to do a little bit more planning, but I'm still going to do things that make my heart happy and kind of make my heart beat a bit fast and scared a little bit. I like that. So right now I go to this gorgeous place called CCS, and they do swimming lessons for Lola, but they also work with lots of kids and adults with different levels of disability. I can't feel my feet go in and I can't feel my legs, and it's only when the water touches my hands and under my armpits that I can feel the temperature of it, so that's quite weird. And if I close my eyes, I don't know where my feet are, so the proprioception stuff's still really odd. I'm learning to use my body, and we're sort of finding muscles that hadn't been acknowledged that were still firing, so I can I've got a little bit of belly going on, and I can move myself in quite a controlled way in the water, obviously far easier than being on land.
I need a bigger pool.
I know.
1 year post-injury, go me. You know, I've got really good support and it matters to me, and it brings joy. And when I'm in there, then I feel normal. Then I feel like the old me.
The more she competes, the more she does swimming, the more confidence she gains, and the more she comes back as Amanda. So, yeah, keep coming back.
I feel a little bit empowered, and the joy's coming back, and my mischief's coming back, and my sense of humour's coming back, and like I'm coming back. Not too tight, otherwise it'll be like my muscles won't be able to expand.
2, 3, up.
Inhale. Bring it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Now we need a belt to hold
Yeah,
it.
okay. Coming over.
Wasn't ready to engage with other people in wheelchairs until I reached a point of acceptance for myself. Sweet.
Feel that?
I don't know, can't feel things, it's all good. Cool. I got into a wheelchair and had a go at wheelchair rugby and went, oh, this is so fun. And people with legs are the minority. Excellent. And there's this kind of lovely unsaid camaraderie with all of the boys who are there. And you get in there and you get to be free. And you get to use your body. Like all of the body that you can use, you can use. Rugby is the first thing I've done where it's just about fun and rolling around and smashing into people and being competitive and engaging with a bunch of people where there's a commonality and there's a story and you don't have to explain, or they don't look at you funny, there's just an acceptance, and it's quite a joy to my heart to just roll in amongst a whole lot of people who are the same. It's the same kind of feeling as what I had doing other sports. And my friend goes, I didn't realise you had so many teeth, because all I do is like roll around with a big grin. I want to get really good at it, and I want to learn, and I want to be part of these guys. Like, we're going to kick ass, it's awesome. So fun. Oh, so happy. Yeah, it was wicked, man. So I want to win a lot, and I need to learn the rules. And I get really annoyed at myself when I don't do it right. And so all that same old A-type human thing that I had is now infiltrating into my sporting life in a wheelchair. It's good. If there's any limitations, then I'm just going to smash them. That's it. And obviously to my own detriment at times, because I don't realise actually I don't have the energy that I did have before. It feels so nice. Oh. Sweet, thank you. A sore today. There's a vulnerability in this. There's nowhere to go other than to be here and go, well, this is me. I can't pretend that I can do all of these things, or I'm just who I am. And so when you have a conversation with me, it's the truth. It's my truth. The ego part of me has been stripped away. It's almost like enforced monkhood. When you remove all of the the kind of pleasures for me, which was absolutely based on physical expression, then you kind of get to the soul part of you and the spirit part of you and you get to be still and you get to be thoughtful, and it's different. Gemma's trying to figure out how to be a partner of someone who's in a wheelchair. She's having to do all the stuff that's about being strong. She's having to hook me into cars and fix my wheelchair and do things that she never would have done, because I was the one who did change tyres and did all that kind of more blokey sort of things in our relationship. And so she's just rising up and finding her feet and is driving in the dark and all the things she hates, you know? And then for me, I've softened, and I have to be soft because you can't be all fighty in this position. You have to be vulnerable and you have to be open. And I was so capable, like so capable, chopping, doing, making, creating, everything. And these were the things that made all that happen, and now they don't work. How do you contribute? How do you contribute to your family when all you have is your voice and your presence? And I know you'll go, well, that's significant, and it is significant, but it's not enough, and I need there to be more. Put it on the ground. Oh, no. Okay, put it to the edge first. Bring your hair sort of here. Stop here. Stop here. Stop here first, bud. No. Stop here, and then jump down. Then you jump down. And then you put your hands under her arms. Gently. Yep, that's it. And now you put her plonk on the ground. Gently. Here you go. So in an odd way, there's more balance in our relationship because of this. And there's more voice and there's more space, and because I was usually off too busy having fun and kiting and playing and, you know, and not really paying attention. And in this way, it means I'm in the moment and I'm present and I'm available and I'm listening. So my family gets a better deal in a really odd way.
Amanda was, let's get on the bike, let's hoon, let's go. So scarily, I might have to do the hooning bit, which means we're going to be going a lot slower. And Amanda's going to do the more let's be at home stuff for a bit. But I don't know if it's always going to be like that. I'm hoping it won't.
I think in some relationships, the roles get quite static in the parts that you play, and that what this has done is this has shaken that up completely.
You got it?
The loss of spontaneity is the major thing that we miss. My heart just hurts at trying to organise time away or just to even go to the beach, and the pressure it puts on Gemma. For us to go and do anything, it's, you know, getting not only Ziggy ready and chasing Lola around, but it's loading me in. That's gone. It's not possible. It's not possible, and I don't know how to get that back. Maybe that will never come back.
She's still very much, she's not going to be in the wheelchair. This is going to change. She's going to be out in 2 years. I notice there's odd sentences and odd bits of, we're going to be able to travel even if I'm in a wheelchair. We're going to be able to. So even though she's still going, I'm going to get up and walk, I think there's a realisation that it might be longer than 2 years, that it possibly may not happen, even though she won't think that. It's starting to sink in, which is huge. It's a big thing that to accept.
I'm a little apprehensive, but I know this stuff and I'm good at it, and it used to make me super happy, so I think this is going to be an awesome step. I'm really excited. Cool. I always wanted to go back to work. I think maybe that was the first plan, is that I needed to go back and reclaim that, because that was part of my identity. And so going back to uni is almost like breathing space. It's like something different. I'm out of my vacuum of rehab and life in this house. I get to go and communicate with other people and see what they think and watch their faces. Check it out. Check it out. Morning. So today we're off to uni, so we're going to go to Windermere and we have to figure out how we're going to do it, like with you and me and class and stuff. So,
Right.
cool?
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's get our stuff then.
Okay.
It's really important for me to contribute. My hands don't work and I can't physically do what I used to do around the home, but to just bring in a little bit of money, it's not heaps, but to bring in a little bit, it just makes me feel really stoked. Like I'm buying the groceries this week and all the pressure's not on Gemma. Kia ora, and welcome to Sociology 101. I think what's really cool about this paper is in your adult lives, you have all of these ideas and all of these understandings of the world, and some of them you can't see the connections between them, and sociology creates this fabulous framework. And so it gives you the words to be able to articulate inequalities and diversity and difference. You live in a bit of a bubble when you come out of the spinal unit. You know, you're surrounded by carers and family and friends who just absolutely support you. And it's not until you step back out into the world and go, well, how can I contribute, that you start to see that you still have value, you still have skills, that you still are part of it. I think being in a chair just becomes a tool to expand their ways of thinking. It makes me realise that I can still do what I used to do, and the students relate to me in the same way that they used to, and it's invigorating, and I know I'm in the right place, and I can't wait to come back. It's perfect.
Okay. And stick the point in. Probably the point in first.
Yeah. I will push through, and I will find new ways to be brilliant, and I'll find new ways to have joy, and I will laugh.
Yay!
And I'll play with my kids. And I've got an amazing family and amazing friends, and that hasn't changed. Just my packaging.